guys, it's Mint. Welcome to Season 3 of the Let's Play series for Star Traders Frontiers. In this season, we're going to be going over the game as it was released. Today is their launch day. They've exited Early Access officially on Steam, and the game's officially released, so it's available now on Windows, Macintosh, and Linux. The game will continue to be developed, of course. There's plenty of new features. A roadmap is going to be published in the next couple of days here, so be sure to check that out to see the new features coming. But there are so many new features that have been added since the last time we got together that it makes sense for us to basically do a refresher. Now I'm going to start a captain from scratch and get him off and going. Probably episode 2 of this season will share with you what my initial strategy is to go out and light up the universe and show you how I'm going to make money really fast. But then beyond that, we're going to be highlighting 1 or 2 features of the game and going in depth with an experienced crew. So crew combat, ship combat, high level trades, rare goods, whatever I happen to stumble across, we're going to capture that and release those in bite-sized episodes for you. So be sure to read the description. Also in the description I have links to all the resources available to you, the Discord server, the forum, Trese Brothers forum, and of course on Steam there is a forum too called Discussions, and and there is a wiki as well, and so definitely check out those links. They'll help you learn the game, answer questions for you, but if you need a quick and dirty answer, Discord's usually the best place. Let me just pop over there and see what's going on in Discord land. So in the Discord we have, the mods are here, the developers are here. There are lots of players experience that have been playing the game for a while. So if you have a quick question or you get stuck or don't understand something in the game, it's best to just pop into the Discord and ask a question. People definitely be willing to help. Alright, so let's get the game started. Show you some new things. There are unlocks in the game, so achievements that if you achieve these different things, new parts of the game will get unlocked. So ships or the ability to recruit certain types of jobs, or it'll unlock certain types of contacts that you'll be able to meet. It's just getting started. The mechanism's there and it's been fleshed out. So as the game continues, you'll be seeing more and more things hidden behind a lock, and by playing through the game, you'll be able to unlock them, and they will roll from game to game. So once you achieve one of these unlocks and you start a new game, you have those advantages. So it does make sense to try and shoot for them. A lot of people in the Discord have been doing games specifically to achieve certain unlocks so that they can use them in their other games, so it's kind of cool. Custom key bindings. When we navigate, I'm going to be using the space bar frequently, but let's say you didn't like the space bar, you would rather use a different key. You can do custom key bindings and set these different shortcuts up however you would like. Alright, let's get a new captain started. I'm going to create a new template. We have captain who is going to be a merchant, and I'm going to move attributes all the way up to the top. The ship is going to be second. Experience, no. Let's get contacts up to 3, and I have skills at 4. So let me burn through these. Fortitude we want fairly high so we don't die. And since I have attributes at the top, we have a lot of points that we're able to spend. 6, 3, weakness 26. The quickness and wisdom attributes and charisma are used a lot in dice roll tests. Resilience and fortitude are more with mental toughness and physical, or mental toughness and being able to resist dying when you get into fights. And we're not gonna have a fighting captain. He's going to be a merchant. All right, I'm going to move resilience to 23. There we go. Ship, we're going to go for a Guardian Interceptor. Heavily armored, heavily armed from the start. Bad on gas mileage. In that you have to, it doesn't have a big gas tank, so you have to refuel a lot on the way, so just be aware of that. Contacts here, it does matter what order you pick your contacts in. I think in the description here it tells you your first 3 contacts will live in your starting quadrant, and any additional contacts will start in nearby quadrants and from a wide range of factions. So being a merchant, I am going to get a politician. We can recruit diplomats from a politician. Let's see. Military officer and retired explorer. I think we're going to do some exploring with this captain, so that'll help. And then finally a prince. So the choosing prince as the 4th one, the game will assign us a prince in our quadrant to start with, but then I will have a prince of a different faction in a nearby quadrant. So that'll allow me to establish relationships pretty quickly with different factions. Skills, I'm just going to throw some doctor points in here. It will help us pass some doctor tests early. Oops. 3, 4, there we go. So we have a valid template. It's a merchant with these attributes, some doctor skill, guardian interceptor, got our contacts. And you can rename this template. I can call this, let's see, merchant 6 and save it. That way I can come back and play this game anytime I want and start with that template. We're going to launch them. We're going to play on the default map. Here's the map seed. So if you do a custom map, you can share the map seed with your friends, just like we talked about in Season 1, Season 2. You're probably on to me now. I'm always picking Thaloon, and we're just going to pick basic difficulties, but I'm going to show you the customize button. So there are 8 different tenets to difficulty, everything from the death rolls. Can you have permadeath? Who can die? Your crew, your officers, your captain. In basic, it's only your crew can do permadeath. And then what your death save roll is, so 80% plus your resilience. There are a number of parts of the game that we call challenges. Ship boost, crew boost, and this is for when you get into fights. So what advantage do you have other than just level? The enemy levels in this in the basic is 60%, but you could change this to 70 or drop it to 50. Risks when you go exploring, things like that, and then rewards. So you can boost the experience you get from a given encounter or a given action that happens to your ship. And then profitability boost. So every time you make a sale or when you're trying to purchase things, the game will apply these bonuses to it on the fly. So you can play on basic, you can play on hard. Hard is where permadeath comes in. But let's say I go to hard and I hit customize, it drops in all of the settings for hard, but then you can customize them. So that's pretty cool. We're just going to play in basic. And let's launch. Okay, here we are in our quadrant. We're going to skip through all of these introductions. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely do. Excellent. And let's see what we have for missions here. So we have to pick up the Arbiter and drop her off at the court of Prince Callaghan Fane. A waypoint is already set, and a waypoint's indicated by the circle, but we also have this line indicating, you know, from ship to the planet. So here's our ship, and up here's the planet. You're going to see tooltips all over the place. But let's go ahead and get the Arbiter picked up. I am going to upgrade my crew real quick. There's only 5 of them. So we have our captain. I'm going to give them the wise counsel. So we will pass a negotiation test if needed. The doctor, we're just going to move them up to, whoops, we're on jobs here. There we go. Make them doctor level 2. Here we have our 3rd officer, who is a quartermaster. I'm going to cross-train the quartermasters with the zealot so that we can get the command and intimidate skills to help each other out. And we have an engineer. I'm going to pair the engineer with a merchant. Oh, not a merchant. Mechanic. So we can double up the skills on repair and electronics. And finally we have a pilot here. I'm going to make them a spy. I really want to get a spy save right from the start. Sly move. Pass a failed stealth test. So if we take any missions early on that require us sneaking past guards or something like that, we'll be able to pass that test. Okay. So up here with the settings and the difficulty I have and the ship and the jobs assigned, we're short a little bit in navigators. We're only understaffed by 1 navigation, so that'll self-correct itself in short order. Let's go ahead and pick the Arbiter up. So we're going to land here. There's the Arbiter. Skip through here. And tell her to come on board. We'll take care of her. Now, we didn't travel very far, but the amount of fuel on this ship isn't very big. The fuel tanks aren't very big, so we're going to be refueling all the time where it's not a bad deal. As you can see on here under refuel, we could click here and it will refuel. It's telling you how much it costs. It's telling you it's a C value. So the price isn't great. We can always click here to open up a full window. So it says, okay, it's 16 credits per unit of water fuel. Not great, not bad. And our water fuel reserve is only 140, not a lot, but let's go ahead and pay this. Now, as you get involved in the game, there are a couple of options. Let's say we have to see the doctor, pay wages, go to the spice hall, and refuel. We can do all that now, either individually by clicking on it, seeing more detail by clicking on the arrow in the corner, or we can just select all, and all will take care of everything. And here you can see what it did. It put in fuel for 272 credits. Okay, let's go out to space. The Arbiter's going to want to talk to us. Go ahead and read through that. These choices you make do have an impact. And all right, let's get you to Prince Fane promptly, Arbiter. So going to our mission screen, we're going to escort the Arbiter and get paid 10K for it. So we don't have very far to go. Let's land here. Again, I'm just going to skip through this. I don't want to take away the fun of you going through the story for the first time. Except where I have to share with you one of the strategies I use early game. So I'm just going to pick through here, but do keep in mind that the choices you make do impact the game. Alright. So everyone's healthy. We do need repairs. Like, you click here to repair it. There's water fuel. Let me go into repair. It will tell me how much it costs, how much damage there is, and how much time it will take. So 2 days. Refueling takes less than a day, but we need 28 units of water fuel. I'm going to just go ahead and click all. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by not doing the story indicated by the book missions, but a couple of regular missions with Callaghan Fane. Because he's a prince in our faction and we're a merchant, I want to get trade permits from this guy. So to get trade permits, we can buy level 1 right now. Let's go ahead and purchase that. We can get a level 2 for 4,800. That's okay, let's get that. Level 3, we need to get effective rep. We only have 7 effective rep and 4 personal rep and 20 Thaloon rep. So a great way to do that is to get missions from him. So we're going to take some missions. And I believe the first time he is only going to allow us to take 1. We have to get, I think, to 20 effective rep before he'll let us take more than 1. So this one includes 2 jumps. We have to take a diplomat going through 2 jumps, and we'll get paid a lot of money. Let's go ahead and do that one. So we'll get 30 some K, but we'll use up a lot of fuel as well. But we'll gain some experience. And we have 27K in the bank right now. But let's get going. So our missions will be listed here. Short jumper, set the waypoint. Let's check out where we need to go by opening up our galactic map. Okay, so we need to go through the Cimmerian Spiral and down to the Sween Belt and back. Not too bad, and none of the factions are angry at us yet. We are a little light in navigation skills, so it does make the jumps more dangerous, but we should be okay. Alright, we jumped. Now let's look at our fuel here. We're less than half of fuel. We're going to need to refuel, so I'm going to stop down here. And we could probably repair the ship if it needs repairs. There's not much damage it's done to the ship, so I'm going to go ahead and not worry about that. But let's refuel. And we can pay the crew. As we pay the crew, if they, come to the threshold of a new level, we'll be able to upgrade them, etc., etc. So, but let's keep going right now. Alright, we have a spy here. He is independent, so basically we're just going to ignore him. I'm going to retreat. If it was with a faction, I would probably bribe them. If we don't bribe them and we just retreat, they would report us to their faction and we would get negative rep from it. But since they're independent, we don't need to do that. Okay, let's keep going. And we will navigate over here. We have some damage here we got to take care of. So our hyperwarp engine is damaged. Let's go ahead and take care of the mission. We're going to do a diplomatic meeting, and that'll be a reputation booster which will help us with the prince. So we've been paid 16K. We're going to repair these components, pay the wages, send people to the Spice Hall, and refuel all at once just by selecting the All button. Kind of cool, right? Excellent. Let's set our next waypoint to go back. So the Diplomat just got on board. You can check that by going to your ship and seeing that we now have 1 of 1 passengers. And we'll just head back. Now you can swap out for different type of passenger cabins to be able to take 2 or 3 passengers at a time, and then you can start stacking missions on each other, so that's great. We're going to acknowledge our fellow Thelunian. And as soon as we get up to a certain rep level with Theloon, every time we have an encounter with a Theloon ship in one of our own sectors, we should be able to make it back, but I'm going to stop here and refuel just in case. But once you reach a certain level and you're in a Theloon sector and you have a ship and meet up with another Thelunian ship, your reputation goes up, so it just starts building on each other, and you can get really good rep that way too. Alright, let's just fuel and get out of here. And we're going to head back to the Prince. Finish our mission here, and then we're going to wrap this puppy up, head to episode 2. So your reputation gained by acknowledging them, and we gain 1 reputation with House Theloon. Usually only get a couple, but every little bit helps. Okay, short jumper, finish the mission with a diplomatic delivery. Diplomatic delivery course will be a reputation booster. If you have a choice of parting over spiced beer, that helps be a morale booster for your crew, but we're focused on the diplomatic side. And we've been paid 17K, so we have 50K. Let's take care of everybody here. Everyone's healthy, everyone's paid. We have a couple of upgrades to do. Now I do have the filter set up on leveling, so it will just jump to people that need it. Here's our merchant, and we're going to make them a merchant explorer. As far as talents are concerned, known trader, so this is going to discount our trading permit by 10% plus our negotiation skill. So let's train in that, and we'll be able to save some money getting our level 3 trading permit. This is our pilot slash spy, and he can get another job. It's really important to get to level 2 of the job because it gives you the most boost of the skills jumping from job to job. So we have 1 pistol, 2 stealth, 1 electronic, and we'll end up with 1 pistol, 3 stealth, 3 electronics, and but it is tempting to maybe give this guy a second job. Just think what we might want. Let's make him a military officer. And one of the military officer talents is stiff salute. So if we come across a military officer or a zealot captain, that reduces the reputation penalties, and we can get out of the encounter without a fight. So we're going to take that one. And quartermaster, let's just bump his job. What talents do we have? We have a failed command test pass. And here's the intimidation test we fail that, this talent will kick in. I call those save talents. So let's go ahead and do that, and that should be everybody. Yep. Okay. Can we get another trade bar? We sure can. Let's purchase that. And to get to a level 4, we're going to need to get effective rep of 50. So we're going to take some more missions. We can now accept 2 missions from this prince because our effective rep is high enough. Blockade, no thanks. Prison shipment, we do not have a prison on this ship. And this is safeguarding a scientist. I'm going to go ahead and accept that. Let me try to get one more. No, I don't like these other options. So let's stop the episode here. We're going to come back with episode 2. I'm going to do a couple of more missions to get that 4th level trade permit, and then we're going to help the Arbiter out. So we will see you guys next time.